Live and direct. This is Media Markets live stream. It is January the 21st, 2026, 10:25 p.m. We're just a little below a couple of hours away, less than almost over 90 minutes away from midnight. I'm your guy, Media Markets, live and indirect. I was going to bring you guys once again the latest in news, sports, and entertainment, as I do every day on this here Media Markets live stream and podcast. But yes, what we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to give some NBA. We're going to talk NBA scores, as you know, anything that's happening around the league from that standpoint. These ICE agents, I got some really like some developing news as far as ICE agents not needing warrants. And then we'll also talk wage garnishment with the U.S., some entertainment news, Vince Staples show, Sinners, Taylor Swift. We'll get into all of those things plus more. You're right here. You're live and direct. Media Markets live stream. And tomorrow, Traders coming out once again. So I believe I'll be here with MJ. Let me. I got to triple check on that, but I believe she'll be in the building. But yeah, so I am live and direct. I'm your guy, Media Markets, running the isolation play today. But a lot of things to talk about, guys. I got a lot of things on the slate, so let's get right into it. On January the 21st, 2026. Some guy just called me Mookie Betts on a TikTok. Pretty funny in the comments. So gotta tip my hat to that one. All right, let's talk NBA. Let's talk what happened around the league tonight. The Cavs defeat the Charlotte Hornets 94-87 in Charlotte. Boston defeats the Pacers 119-104. Jaylen Brown 30 points and 10 rebounds on 50% from the field. That'll get it done. Who else? Derek White added 13 points. Brooklyn, oh my gosh, the New York Knicks defeated the Brooklyn Nets 120-66. What? Yo, yo. The Brooklyn Nets, man, they got beat the hell on. The New York Knicks beat the Brooklyn Nets 20-66. I gotta review that game because that is crazy work. What happened there? Jalen Brunson had 20 points. Karl Anthony Towns 14 points. Josh Hart added 11. But yeah, the Knicks beat the hell out of the Brooklyn Nets 120-66. That's insane. So that's what really happened around the NBA. Detroit gets a win over the Pelicans 112-104. Right now, Atlanta Hawks are up 122-118 over the Memphis Grizzlies. 1 minute 20 seconds left in that game. Jalen Johnson, 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists right now. He's balling now. But yeah, live right now. Media Markets live stream January 21st, 2026. So that's what happened around the NBA. But I got some news talk about rather than the NBA and sports, right? We just got to get into just humanity, right? We got to get into like humanity, the amendments, all of that thing. So this is the Huffington Post report. I guess the Huffington, it's Associated Press really, but Huffington Post is reposting the Associated Press reporting federal immigration officers are asserting sweeping power to forcibly enter people's homes without a judge's warrant. So once again, this is Associated Press reporting federal immigration officers are asserting sweeping power to forcibly enter people's homes without a judge's warrant. According to an internal immigration and customs enforcement memo obtained by the Associated Press, making a sharp reversal of long-standing guidance to respect constitutional limits on government searches. So basically, what they're saying is that they have like this ICE, they have the immigrant. There's a memo that's gone out that's saying like, yo, these people don't need a judge's warrant to enter your homes and come looking for you. The memo authorizes ICE officers to use force to enter a residence based solely on a more narrow administrative warrant to arrest someone with an order of removal. A move that advocates say collides with the Fourth Amendment protections to upend years of advice given to immigrant communities. Whoa. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. So that's live and direct. I mean, when I saw that, like my jaw dropped. So this is Associated Press reporting federal immigration officers can now to an immigration and customs enforcement memo. They can now enter homes of potential immigrants with a judge's warrant. That is the latest. That's what's happening right now in the United States of America. So that's the latest. Heard it here first. Media Marcus live stream. It is January the 21st, 2026. Switching gears a little bit, we're going to stay in the U.S. I did see this, before the new year started. One of the things that I was reporting on is wage garnishment. The U.S. has threatened to have, wage garnishments taken out as far as people who owed student loans. As of today, this is Black Millionaires reporting the Department of Education temporarily pauses wage garnishment of 9 million borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. Officials haven't said when it will resume. So the Department of Education has temporarily paused forced collections on defaulted federal student loans, giving millions of borrowers a brief window to get back in good standing. The delay reverses earlier plans to begin wage garnishment and tax refund seizures as early as January. So that is the latest Black Millionaires reporting. The United States government, Department of Education, has paused those potential wage garnishments, so people have a little more time to take care of that and handle their business from that standpoint. So that is the latest. The U.S. Department of Education, they're pausing the wage garnishments for 9 million borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. So that is the latest here on Media Markets live stream. And yeah, I mean, that's the latest in news. And we're going to talk a little entertainment now. Let's get into some entertainment news here. The latest Black's Media reporting. Switching gears a little bit. So this is the Vince Staples Show. The Vince Staples Show has been officially canceled by Netflix. Black's Media reporting Netflix has canceled the Vince Staples Show after 2 seasons, despite strong reviews. The streamer also pulled the plug on the streamer. I'm like, the streamer? Yes, the streamer, as in Netflix. The streamer also pulled the plug on freshman drama The Abandoned, signaling once again the critical praise doesn't always beat the algorithm. So Vince Staples Show is officially canceled after 2 seasons at Netflix. That's all I know about that. Most of these shows don't go past 2 seasons. I got to be honest with you guys. I mean, some get 3, but that's about it. At least, and especially you talk about the fact you got to give people raises, kind of going into like that 3rd and 4th season. As long as the shows goes on, you have to continue to give raises to these the staff and the cast. So Vince Staples Show officially canceled at Netflix after 2 seasons. We'll see what he has coming up next and what he's going to get into. All right, let's also quickly. I want to talk Sinners. Sinners is back in the theaters. Sinners is headed back to the theaters January the 23rd, so you can get tickets to actually go back and see that in the theaters. Or if you haven't seen it in the theaters, or if you haven't seen it in general, you have a chance to go in the theaters and see this. So yeah, Sinners will be back in theaters this Friday, January the 23rd. You can go check that out. I'm not sure how long it's going to be in the theaters. It doesn't say. It just says it will be back in the theaters January the 23rd. So if that's the only day, go take advantage of that. Sinners back in the theater, get that theatrical experience as it will be back in your local movie theaters. All right, that's the latest with Media Markets. I got a few more things to talk about. I want to switch gears, and I got a lot of music to talk about, a lot of positive music to talk about. Let's start with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's TV reporting Taylor Swift to be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, the youngest person ever. So Taylor Swift is the youngest person inducted to the Songwriters Hall of Fame. She will be inducted. Just locked in a massive career win, getting inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame and making history as the youngest woman to ever do it. So congrats to Taylor Swift. She continues to move the needle. I'll talk about her here a lot on the Media Market Show, Media Markets live stream, because she just continues to break records. So congratulations, Taylor Swift, being inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame and being the youngest to do so. All right, so that is the latest with Taylor Swift. Quickly, I also got some news on the weekend. The Weeknd, Complex Music reporting, The Weeknd is now has 31 songs with over 1 billion streams on Spotify. Oh my gosh. So Party Monster, that is one of the latest The Weeknd songs. Party Monster just surpassed 1 billion streams this week as The Weeknd extends his record as the artist who holds the most songs with over 1 billion streams in Spotify history with 31. That includes Blinding Lights, Die For You, Starboy, The Hills, Been Earned It, Mouth to a Flame, Timeless, and more. So another one. Another one for Abel. The Weeknd now has 31 songs with over 1 billion streams on Spotify. Congratulations to him. That's crazy, man. He's extending that number. Like, whoa, extending that. All right, couple more things before I get out of here, and hopefully I have a friend to talk to this tomorrow. All right, we got verses. We got verses. We got another verses coming up, and this one isn't the artist. We're back to the producers. We got verses. Mike Will Made It versus Hit Boy. This one should be a good one. I mean, these two have so many hits. I'm thinking of Mike Will Made It, and his stamp, and the Hit Boy records as well. It's going to be a really good battle. I want to talk a little more in depth with it. Hopefully tomorrow I can get one of my guys on to really talk this more in depth. Hit Boy versus Mike Will Made It, and we'll see. I'm actually see if they got like a playlist for this already or something. Mike Will Made It versus. So we'll see what's going on with that. But yeah, I'll talk a little more in depth with that as we approach that. I don't know what. Let me see what that date. The date for that is January the 30th, so that's coming up pretty soon. 8 p.m. Standard Time. Flex reporting Hit Boy versus January the 30th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Apple Music. So this is a return of the producers on Versus, presented by Complex and Apple Music. Hit Boy and Mike Will Made It versus Mike Will Made It, January the 30th. That is coming up. We look forward to that. And I want to talk a little more in depth with that. So I'll bring that up probably tomorrow. All right. Last thing I got. Salute to the OGs, man. Salute to the OGs, the Isley brothers. Much work for a very, very long time. The Isley brothers will be inducted to the Hollywood Walk of Fame coming up soon. So let me get the actual report for you guys. I'm very happy to hear that. I mean, these guys put in so much work over so much time, and their records have been played a ton, sampled even more. And, it's really good to see. Variety reporting the Isley brothers will be honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame by the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce on January the 28th. That is 1 week from today, next Wednesday, 11 time. So congratulations to the Isley brothers. They will be honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame January the 28th. And I mean, that's big for them and their family, right? They put out music for so many years, but it's more than Ronald Isley and it's more than just two of them, right? It's family and the brotherhood and all their siblings and their entire family. I'm sure the entire Isley family is so proud. So congratulations to the OG. Salute as the Isley brothers, will be inducted with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. All right, that is it for me, Media Markets live stream. I appreciate you guys for listening and tuning in. I'll put the actual video on Spotify and all of that. Soon, football coming up this weekend, and yeah, it's about almost the end of it as I'm doing this here. Appreciate you guys for listening and tuning in. Be well, be blessed, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.